is it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue back at you again on this morning, Sunday morning, game day. Cowboys got an early game today. I hate when we have an early game because, I guess it doesn't matter because we suck anyway. As a Cowboy fan, you don't want to see your team losing like this. It sucks, right? Getting blown out before the bye. Losing a close game to San Francisco that you could have won. And you felt like you could have won it because you were leading most of the game. And you end up losing that. And it's like, you dropped to 3-4. You dropped 2 games. What are we, third in the division? And you're like, all right, well, we got to win our division games, right? Got to beat the Eagles, got to beat the Commanders. Both of them are playing well right now. But it's hard, not just as a fan. It's hard as a content creator to create content when your team is always losing, because it's almost like sometimes you don't know what to say, right? As a content creator, we have to be different, right? I had to learn to curb my fanboy and be more analytical in a sense. Always going to be a Cowboy fan forever. That's not going to change. But I wish they make some changes. But we're not going to get into that right now. Cowboys going into this game, like I said, under 500, 3-4. Cowboys looking to get back to 500 at this 1 o'clock game, Eastern Standard Time, of course. Last time we played the Falcons, or I would say visited the Falcons, we played in their arena, is 2018. So I believe, when did Mercedes-Benz Stadium? I think their new stadium they have now. I think this might be the first time we're going to the new stadium. But anyway, Kirk Cousins is now the helm of the Falcons. And this game is not impossible for the Cowboys to win. It's not. Now, we don't know if Diggs is going to play. It's more than likely going to be a game time decision. They'll probably say closer to the 1 o'clock time frame, whether Diggs plays with his with that tear that he has in his calf. Aurier is on IR, so Kalen Carson should be playing, but we're still without Bland, and we're probably going to be without Michael Parsons as well. The consensus is, would they do some different things with Overshown? Like more of Michael Parsons type of things, like hybrid pass rusher, linebacker type of things. That remains to be seen. Will that work? It's remain to be seen. Because at this point, you might as well wait for Parsons to come back, because I think that he should be back next week. Because, him and Bland, they're close, but I don't think that they're willing to risk it. They want these guys to be 100% when they come back. This team, in my opinion, has always had talent, right? I feel like even with the injuries, we still got talent on this team. I just don't understand why we can't put things together. Sometimes I wish Mike McCarthy would stop playing or calling plays like he's afraid. It's almost like he's afraid to do certain things because of this, that, and the third we don't have. Fuck that. Go in there and win. Do what you need to do as a coach, as a assistant, whatever that your role is on this team, to mold these players to go out here and play games every week. That's your motivation. I understand the frustration with the fans, but you look at other teams that didn't win for years. Like, look at the Lions. They didn't win for 30 years, and they're finally having, last season, this season were their 2 best seasons in 30 years. The Browns have been a very up and down type of team. It could be worse, Cowboy fans. We could be Brown fans. No offense to those Brown fans out there. I really feel bad for y'all because the team put all that money up for Watson, and then all the crazy stuff with, you know, them getting rid of players, and they just traded Amari like we did, and it just is like a team that's tanking. But the Browns still have a really good defense. They have talent there. Same thing with the Cowboys. It's just like they sometimes can't put it together. Now, this Falcons defense, and I say all that to say, this Falcon defense comes into this game with only 6 sacks. Yeah, you heard what I said. They have only 6 sacks in the season. They have not been providing pressure to the quarterback this season. Now, they're probably looking at this game like, oh, the way the Cowboys played, we might apply pressure. But look at it like this. From our offensive line standpoint, from our rookies standpoint, guy like Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe, they've been getting warped and spun around by so many elites, all-pro, future Hall of Famer defensive ends this year because we have a first game schedule, so we have all the hard games. The Commanders have they have a pretty easy schedule, which is why they're winning. Not taking anything from their talent. They're a good team this year, yes, but they're out there grinding. Now, you look at what we have right here with this team and what we can do, even without Micah Parsons and D-Law. And I understand it's hard for Zimmer, but Zimmer has to understand that, like, you know, this league right now is a young man's sport. What teams are winning? The teams that have young coordinators and young defensive coordinators and offensive play callers. Now, the teams that have older ones, like Andy Reid and stuff like that, the reason why they're winners is because Andy Reid is the type of coach that, hey, if the players want to do something, or if they find something that works out for them, they're like, oh, let's try this. But we're not doing that. We're not doing innovative things. We consist of halfback dives and curl and hitch routes. Can't just do that. You got to switch some things up. I feel like Mike McCarthy right now, although I have a lot of respect for Mike McCarthy, I don't know. I don't know if he's giving up. I don't know if it's that he's like, okay, well, maybe I don't need to be a coach no more. I don't know what his mindset is. But he has to get out of that scared mindset and coach this damn team or give the play caller to Schottenheimer so you can sit back and watch what's going on in the game, and you can look over to Shotty and be like, hey, this is what I want you to do right here, and just bring some input. But let Shotty call the plays. Because what they need to do is do some things that's going to help Dak Prescott. When you don't have a running game and you're not running, when you're not running, that puts you in a very bad situation. Very bad situation. Sorry, I just saw somebody I know on the highway. I was trying to see if they noticed my car. But anyway, but that's the crazy thing, right? You don't know what there's no reason why we should be 3-4 right now. It's not. And you know, everybody says, oh, Zeke and Dalvin are quote unquote burnt out. These guys can still run the ball. And I heard in this game that they're making Zeke inactive. What the? Like, now you're causing problems within the team, right? I don't know what's happening behind the doors right now, but it's crazy. I understand that you can't make Rico, Zeke, and Dalvin Cook all active. I understand why you can't, from a standpoint of that you only can have 48 active on the roster game day, and then I don't know, the NFL got to change the rules. They need to make it so all 53 players can be active in the game, because having that, dropping down the inactives is hard, because you have to figure out your special teams. Those 3 running backs that I mentioned don't play special teams. So you really can't take Deuce out of the equation, because Deuce is your special team running back. Because you don't want Hunter Lipke to be doing all of the special teams and then doing all of these offensive plays as well. Like, you kind of want to be able to switch it up and do some things. You know what I mean? My thing is this. They got to figure out something. Stop being predictable in this running game. We don't run the ball outside. First of all, both Zeke and Dalvin Cook are one of the best veteran running backs in this league at catching the ball out the backfield. Why are we not doing these things? Zeke has been a great catch the ball out the backfield type of guy since his rookie year. Even his running back coach, what was his name? Brown. Rest in peace to Coach Brown. His original running back coach that died, he passed away. But when the Cowboys first got Zeke, that was his bread and butter. Being able to pass block, protect the quarterback, run the ball, and catch the ball in the backfield. Like, if Zeke wanted to be a receiver, he really could have. Y'all remember last year, or it was a couple of years ago, I think, we ran a play where we did a wheel route. Ran a real wheel route, and Zeke caught the ball downfield. There's so many things you could do with just them. It seems like our running game is like this. Oh, just run the ball up the middle. Stop doing that. Figure some other things out. Be creative with the running game. Pop it out outside. Get some motion on offense so you get these running backs in motion. So give them some space. What did Zeke do when he was with the Patriots? He had over 1,000 all-purpose yards. A lot of it in the screen game. Throwing the ball on the screen. To Zeke, wide open space. Let him work. Zeke can make some guys miss. You got to give him the opportunity to. You can't just hand the ball to a running back and just 1 or 2 times here and there and expect them to get hot. They got to get the ball so they can see the field, so they can see where they're running in these gaps to try to figure out how they're going to get to this defense. When you don't have them running the ball consistently, they're not going to get into a groove. So then the fan base just looks at these running backs like they suck. They really don't suck. We just not utilizing what we're doing properly. That's the problem. I said this before. We got Porsches in the damn driveway, but don't drive them. Hunter Lipke. Oh my God, so many things you could do with him. Zeke is great in red zone. He's got 2 touchdowns in the red zone this year. Why not continue to do that? Why don't we stop doing the things that work? That's the thing that irritates me the most about this team. We're not doing stuff that makes sense. Are these coaches ever watching other teams and seeing what they're doing successful and then not trying to emulate it? Because we got the playbook to do it. We run the damn West Coast offense. We run the same offense as the 49ers. Just with a little bit of tweaks. We'll tweak the shit out of that and make it work. That's it. Anyway, keys to victory. I just said their defense is not providing pressure. They went and traded to get the Patriots defensive end Matthew Judon. All they have is Judon and Grady Jarrett. Now those guys are great defensive ends, but that's all they really have. So teams are double teaming these guys, and there's nobody else there that's good enough to provide that pressure on their defensive line. So this is an opportunity for the Cowboys to get CD, get Jake Ferguson the ball. You got to get these guys the ball. Get the ball out. Dak, I understand. Dak Prescott, I'm talking to you, bro. I understand that you might have some anxiety about running the ball because you had that leg fracture. Because I guarantee you, if my leg would have snapped like that, I would have never played football again. So shout out to Dak for even playing football again. So I know it might be something mental when it comes to him running. But Dak, we need you to, not every time, but every once in a while, just when you see the play open up and there's nobody to pass the ball to, either throw the ball out of bounds so we don't have loss of yards, you're getting sacked, or there's a fumble that happens, because we always have these issues that happen with our team where something crazy will happen. So just get out there, do what you need to do, and if it's open for you, run the ball 5 yards. I don't care if it's 5 yards. Run the ball, run out of bounds. You can run out of bounds. Dak, you're big. You're like a linebacker. Give these guys the shoulder or something when they come at you or whatever, because a cornerback ain't tackling you, bro. Like, if it's a linebacker, I get it, because that's what made him happen before when he was pulling them down and made his ankle break and stuff like that. I get that. But when you see that contact, just get down, bro. Just either get down, get out of bounds, do what you got to do. Because a 3rd and 2 is way better than 3rd and 8. So it's just a little shit that helps. That's all I'm saying. So, and with our defense, attacking Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, you got to apply pressure to Kirk. I love Kirk. To me, Kirk is like the white version of Dak Prescott. Like, their games are very similar in a lot of ways. They're both like play action type of guys. They're good at that. They're very good at that. And, I've always given Kirk Cousins his credit. I feel like when he was with, at the time, the Redskins, they didn't give him enough, just due. And even when he played with the Vikings, he did pretty good with the Vikings. He's the reason why Justin Jefferson got paid. But, all respect to him. But again, with Atlanta, they got weapons. Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, for the last 2 seasons, they have not been able to, for whatever reason, with their old coaching staff, they weren't able to get him the ball, which is crazy because he's a big dude. But again, this new staff that they got, they're getting Kyle Pitts the ball. Kyle Pitts is becoming like a young Kittle. So, again, you have to figure out how to, and don't put no damn Donovan Wilson on them. That's not going to work, because you're going to have another game like when Kittle was running on us. But Kyle Pitts is faster. So, figure that out. Put some linebackers on them. But you got to figure out how to. They got to figure it out on defense, man. They got to figure out how to stop this run with Bijan and Tyler. They got to figure out how to stop Kyle Pitts and Drake London. So, in order for them to win this game, they're going to have to kind of play similar to how they did in the San Francisco first half of the game. Keep our offense on the field. These little short 3 and outs are not going to work. Because if the Cowboys defense is going to be on the field like how they were these last games, we're never going to win a game again. Because the defense is tired. You already don't have your 2 top pass rushers. So you got to figure it out. So that's all I have right now. Game predictions, I don't know. Cowboys just got to figure it out. I have an inkling that the Cowboys might pull this game out, but we'll see. It's really hard to root for them. I'm always gonna root for them, but it's hard to predict that they're gonna win a game because they haven't showed it. But if they just do these things that I've been talking about, they can get this win. They can. So if I had to give a game prediction, I'm gonna say it's high scoring. I'm gonna say maybe 34-31, either Falcons or Cowboys, either or. But of course, I want my team to win. But go Cowboys always, and let's just figure it out. Y'all have a great day, and let's hope we get through this 1 o'clock game. All right, peace out.